Hello? Hi, it's 2016 calling. I just wanted to let you know we just released the PlayStation 4 Pro. Yeah, I know, but it's 2021. Why are you telling me this now? Well, I imagine the PS5 might be hard to get for a while after release. Yeah, true. They're still sold out and super expensive. Plus, are there many PS5 exclusive games? Okay, no, but it's got the latest and greatest specs. Yes, but don't you have a $400 RCA TV? Hey, don't TV shame me! The PS4 Pro can still game at 4K, as well as 120 frames per second in 1080p, you know. I know, it still looks amazing. Plus the price. Okay, I get it. I think this bit is getting old. Let's jump into the video.
Daddy!
In today's video, I want to talk about why the PlayStation 4 Pro is still a great console years later, and how, for the price, you can't really go wrong picking one up if you're interested in getting into some beautiful gaming, either for yourself or your family. Now, you could go get yourself a PlayStation 5. It is an amazing, exciting console, but A, it's expensive and still hard to get, and B, has a lot of features that I bet most people's TVs don't even support. For instance, one of the reasons to get a PlayStation 5 is it supports 8K gaming at 60 frames per second or 4K gaming at 120 frames per second. Now, I don't know about you, but my TV can't handle any of that. This channel is about finding that sweet spot of capable yet affordable. It's more about finding slightly older tech for great value. And the point I want to make is, if you're like me, and maybe you have a mediocre 4K TV or good old 1080p 120Hz TV that you don't plan on upgrading anytime soon, the PlayStation 4 Pro will still allow you to play practically any game and still push most slightly older TVs to their limits. It can handle 1080p at 120 frames per second. It can play 4K games at 30 frames per second, which on a game like The Last of Us 2 is still absolutely gorgeous. Seriously. The best part is, because it's not the latest and greatest, you can pick up a used one with games and multiple controllers for less than half price when compared to a bone stock PlayStation 5. So if you actually want a PS5, not only do you have to afford the console, the extra controllers, plus the raised prices of their new games, you also need a fancy TV that can support HDMI 2.1, variable refresh rates, yada yada yada. All of a sudden, you're in the $3,000 to $5,000 range just to enjoy what the PlayStation 5 is actually capable of. Hey, maybe you might already own a 4K OLED TV with 120 Hz, in which case I'd say, dude, you're getting a PS5. But for everyone else not looking to upgrade their TV and just want to play some awesome games and might be considering the PS4 Pro, here's what I recommend. Hop on Craigslist or Marketplace and have a look for a well cared for PlayStation 4 Pro. Most likely there are gamers out there who recently upgraded to the PS5 and no longer need their PS4 Pro, which means you can get a great deal. Also, I pay for the PlayStation Now service, which I recommend at least trying out. It's basically like Netflix for gaming, so you don't have to own any games to start playing right away. You basically just rent them. I paid $70, I think, for the year. It's a nice way to get back into gaming if you've been away for a while, and it has a huge library of games. Now, let me quickly talk Xbox for a second here, because you could buy a used Xbox too. Since about 2005, I've purchased 4 different Xboxes. Each one either died off or felt slow not many years later. I will say Microsoft Game Pass is better than PlayStation Now, and I personally think the Xbox controllers are superior with where they put the joysticks, but their hardware just doesn't seem to last. Not for me anyway. Yet I still have a PlayStation 3 that has given me absolutely no troubles. It's lasted through 4 Xboxes and is still going strong. Not only does Sony hardware seem to be extremely durable, let me quickly talk about their games. Since I was Team Xbox for so long, I missed out on so many amazing PlayStation exclusives. I kept seeing all the Sony people playing incredible titles I was jealous of. Meanwhile, I'm playing Halo 23 and Forza 37 for the umpteenth time. It was hard to justify why I stayed loyal. Finally, after the PS5s came out, my close friend who loves his tech got his hands on a shiny white PlayStation 5 and sold me his PS4 Pro with all those juicy exclusives I had missed out on. Part of me felt a little lame for not YOLOing on the PlayStation 5 myself, but after receiving the PlayStation 4 Pro and playing through some of those exclusive games, I was so impressed. And even now, every time I fire up a shooter or an Uncharted game or the Last of Us game, I still appreciate the frame rate and the smoothness of the PlayStation 4 Pro. So should you buy it even years later? If you can afford a high-end TV to really benefit from what the PlayStation 5 can do, to that person I might say, spend the money and get it. It'll be great for years. But for those of us who aren't hardcore gamers, or you're in a life situation where maybe you want to play some games, but don't have thousands of dollars to put into it, I think dollar for dollar, the PlayStation 4 Pro is outstanding even years later. Not only does PlayStation have an incredible lineup of games, no matter what you're into, the hardware still shreds. You can play competitively if you want on the PS4 Pro. Whether you play Call of Duty or Battlefield, whatever. I play Rocket League and it feels super smooth. Maybe you want to get it for yourself. Maybe you want to get something great secondhand for your kids. In any case, if you're looking for high quality gaming without breaking the bank, this is a no-brainer.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Put thumbs up.